Hi all, I'm going to be making an Italian orange and olive oil chiffon cake today. This cake is so light and airy and has that beautiful orange essence flavor. It's a chiffon cake, so that means we're going to beat some egg whites till they're really fluffy and fold them into our batter. You will need an angel food cake pan for this kind of a cake. And if you don't have one yet, you may want to go out and buy one. And you might want to get the one that's footed. And that means they have 3 little feet, which means that when this comes out of the oven, you've got to turn it upside down anyway, whether you have this or not. And if you don't, then you can turn it upside down and you can put like a wine bottle or any kind of a sturdy bottle and it will hold the cake. This is so that the cake doesn't collapse. You'll see when we make it. So these you can buy at Michael's or on Amazon or whatever department store you shop at. They're really worth it and they're not that expensive either. This cake is really great for the spring, the summer, Easter, special occasions, or just really any time of the year. I think you're going to love it. You'll find the ingredients listed below in the description box, and you'll find the full recipe at Diane's World Cooking on Facebook. I hope you get to make this soon, and thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would really love it. If you are going to use a bottle to hold up your cake pan after it's done, make sure you've got the right size bottle. You'll want to zest about 3 large navel oranges, and you're also going to use them for the juice. You could always buy a little bit of juice to have on the side in case you don't get enough juice out of your oranges, but you should. Add 2 cups of all-purpose flour to a bowl, and then add 1 cup of granulated sugar, and we're going to do 4 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of salt. Mix it well with a whisk so you blend all your dry ingredients. Now I'm going to separate 6 large eggs, and this is a nice way to separate them. Just let the egg white drop through your fingers. It's such an easy way to do it. Now create a well in your dry ingredients. You're going to add a 1/2 cup of extra light olive oil, pour that right in the center there, and then all of your 6 egg yolks. Make sure you get every bit of them. And then we're also going to add the orange juice you squeezed and the orange zest. Make sure you get all of that too. And then add 1/4 cup of cold water and whisk it really well until it's a smooth batter. You're going to put this aside and then it's time to beat our egg whites. So I'm adding the 6 egg whites to a mixer. Measure out a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Start beating your egg whites, but don't add that sugar yet. You have to wait till it starts to volumize. So as soon as you see it kind of thick and foamy, you can begin sprinkling just a little bit of the sugar at a time. If you add it all at once, it's going to deflate your meringue. So just a little bit here and there until the egg whites are totally poofed up and stiff, and that's perfect. Your egg white should hold. If you turn that spoon upside down, it really shouldn't fall off. So now we're going to add about 1/3 of our egg whites to our batter, and you've got to be really careful and fold it in very carefully so you don't deflate your egg whites. I swirl around the edges and then I cut through the center. Julia Child used to do this in her videos, and it really works. But make sure that all those egg whites are totally blended in before you add your second third, and then go on and add the last third of those egg whites. In between, make sure they're blended really well. You want to get a cookie sheet to put your pan on because getting this in and out of the oven is really difficult with pot holders. Start filling your angel food cake pan with the batter, and you see I have not greased it. You do not have to. Very slowly add and make sure it's distributed evenly. I try not to deflate it once again. Bake your cake in a preheated 325-degree oven for about 55 minutes. I could see my skewer was a little bit damp, so I put it back in for 10 more minutes. So I would say this cake is at about 1 hour. Now I'm going to flip it over right away when I get it out of the oven, and I'm just going to let it sit and cool. You can see the bottom there. I've cooled it for 1 hour. I'm using an offset spatula and running it around the edge. And then when I get to the center, I really need a butter knife because the spatula is too big. So now it should easily pull out So you're going to take it now and flip it right upside down and take the spatula and you're going to use that to release the bottom. And it should come off very easily. Just take your time with it. So here it is, ready to eat. I can't wait to taste this, so let's get a slice going. This would be really wonderful with some raspberries on the side, or some strawberries, or some amaretti cherries, those cherries that you find in the syrup. I have some of those too, so I might team that up with them. You can also put a little bit of powdered sugar on it, just to make it look a little prettier. It's very beautiful, but that will really dress it up a little bit too. So let's cut a piece. Using a serrated knife is the best bet for a cake like this. Cuts through really nicely. So make sure you saw. That's the way to go for a cake like this, a chiffon cake. Wow, this is so beautiful. Look at how high this is and how light and airy. This is just a wonderful cake that you're going to really love. And it was very easy to make. It is not difficult at all. I'm going to put a little bit of powdered sugar on it just to dress it up. It's not that it needs to be sweetened at all, but you'll see that it's a little bit prettier and nice for serving. Just a little bit here and there. Look at how high this rose. You just can't believe how great this is with that beautiful orange flavor. The lightest cake you can imagine. It's not filling. It's going to be great at your next get-together or your holiday or a summer barbecue as an ending to a meal. Thanks so much for watching.